What is your name, comment, and or
What's
question?
going on, Ben?
What's going on, my dude? How's it going?
Oh man, the sad part about this situation is that man, they when see my thing is in terms of the language that Donald Trump used on the campaign trail. I mean, we you're an African American, I'm an African American, and we say something, they always say we pulling the race card.
Yep.
Well, people who really should have came out and said something against a lot of this rhetoric that was white people should have came out.
Yeah.
And I know you got white listeners, you got people who watching you. They might think I'm bringing up race, but the only people who can stop this is white people. The ones who don't agree with this kind of act, they're the only ones who can stop it, because if they don't stop it, it's just going to grow more. Because if me and you say something, they just pulling the race card.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is, in terms of what's going on, it's no different than when you think about civil rights movement after all of the different passions by Lyndon B. Johnson. When you look at what happened after Reconstruction, it's no different when anytime people of color or minority got any kind of head in this community, I mean, in this society in America, you always have some backlash.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why you're seeing a lot of this is because people were upset about President Obama.
Yeah,
now, me
sure.
personally, I didn't agree with all his policies, but I didn't take it personal. But you got a lot of people taking it personal. Think about the gentleman you talked about last week. I think it's the senator, Steve King.
Yeah.
Think about what he said. I mean, that
type of language, man. Yeah.
We can say something about it. Ben. But if his own people don't check him, then this stuff is going to get perpetuated more and more. And like you said, he was a coward because he picked a 66-year-old man. But it's no different than what happened in South Carolina when the guy went into the
Come on, man.
The parishioners.
You're right.
They're never going to go into the hood. Think about what Dylan Roof said. I would have went into the neighborhood, but I was scared they were going to shoot back. So, all we can do at this point in time is to show these people for who they are, but only way it's going to stop being is that other white people got to call them out, plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with what you just said, Al. This is Al, right? Detroit?
Yeah, it's Al, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot. That's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with what you said whatsoever. Thanks for the call, Al. Nothing wrong with what you said whatsoever, because it's true. Right? There's going to be white people who watch this clip and say, oh, you're a racist or you're reverse racist. First of all, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I eat that shit for breakfast, morning, noon, and night. That's like, that's milk for me. Right? I'm the real racist. Fine. But it's never going to get through to them. And there's a group of people that this will never get through to anyway, no matter who tells them. All right. And I'm going to use Hillary Clinton's language. They are the deplorables. They are the dregs of society. They need to be so ashamed to show their face that they don't even come out of their house except to go to work and hide their face in shame. Right. Because they are beyond reaching. You can't reach them. And I think sometimes as progressives, we don't ever like to feel that we can't convince somebody, or that we should abandon trying to convince some people. But listen, I personally don't have time to reach people or try to reach people who are going to get pleasure out of your misery. Right? That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are only in this conversation for the games, for the laughs, for the giggles, right? And they find this funny. The people who will share images of Trayvon Martin dead on the ground, and they think that's funny. There are deplorables who are not reachable, and it's hilarious that this is a strange intersection between progressives on the left, many of whom are atheists, but they share this in common with like Christians, right? Christians don't ever want to admit that some people are just not. You can't save everybody. But for those who could be saved, and in this conversation about race, some of them can only be reached by other white people. And that's the bottom line. I could say it until I'm blue in the face. If I could become white in the face, maybe they'll hear me, but they're never going to hear me as long as they see my skin color, because for them, it's an uncomfortable conversation in many ways. And this is not all white people, right? But it's just true. It's just true that you have to hear from someone that you feel is not coming from a biased perspective. And there's some people who are going to listen to every word I say, and no matter how logically I lay it out, no matter how reasonably I lay it out, no matter how unpassionately or just calm and measured I'll say it, they won't be able to hear it from me. They have to hear it from somebody else. And I'm totally cool with that. Hear it from somebody, but get this shit together, because Al, the caller, is exactly correct. Like these are, I mean, coward is not enough, right? Coward doesn't describe what it takes for you to go and try to be a white race warrior, and instead of going into real combat, you go and kill elderly people. Of the people who were killed in South Carolina, I would say, I believe 7 of the 9 were over 60. 6 of the 9 were over 60, somewhere in their 80s. Anyway, I mean, if you want to call in and talk about that, that's fine. But one last thing, and as Al, the last caller, was speaking, Donald Trump tweeted. He said that he spoke to UK Prime Minister Theresa May today and offered condolences on terrorist attack in London. She is strong and doing very well. So he's quick to jump on this quote unquote terrorist attack. He's not going to say anything about the terrorist attack at the Muslim mosque in Toronto. 6 Muslims killed by a white person who supports him. He's not going to say anything about the people who, in his name and in his honor, have gone out and killed Americans or immigrants working legally in America. I don't care if they're working illegally, but they were here legally and they killed them, telling them to go back home. He's not going to say anything. He's not going to spend one damn character out of 140 on the lives of brown people and black people killed by white supremacists in America. But he'll drop everything he's doing and tweet all day about a situation that could be connected to terrorists. Because when we say terrorists, it's got to mean brown people. It's got to mean Muslims. This is your president of the United States.